If only you believed, if only you believed in miracles, so would I. I can't sing. I can't sing that last part. So would I. I would move heaven and earth to prove it to you, baby. Anyway, I had a misfortunate situation involving the old army. You guys might remember this. I mean, I think I've had it for about a year now, and it does not like homesteading. It's not. I don't know, man. It's the cut. It's the cut on it. You know, it's the edge, right? This is not something. Now, this would make a great shorter type axe for, you know, backpacking and stuff. But I don't think this would be the best option for splitting or most of the other stuff. Maybe take down some small trees, but it can't do a lot because that's what happened. It's a few hits from BA, and its guts started to come out, and I'll be able to fix it. It's not a big deal, and I just thought I would share that craziness with you that happened. But I will share with you the remedy. The remedy was the Husky. This was the Husky 4-pound. You can see that nice splitter right there. Oh my goodness. It was like, hang on. You zoom that camera. It's all acting wacky again. It was a workhorse, and I was actually able to take Sippy. She saw me having all the fun, right? Splitting firewood up and everything. And she's like, because I just got done, we had trees fall, and out of the trees that fell, I started harvesting some of it for seasoning and everything else so I can rotate through my firewood. And I was splitting some of this stuff up. I brought a bunch of it up with the truck, and then after that, she saw I was out there splitting, and she walked up and said, "Let me try that. I want to see how hard that is." And of course, I gave her this one here, and she joined right in and started splitting. And then I have another tool. Hang on, I know while I'm on the subject, before I get into my other subject, before I get down the rabbit hole here, I figured I'd share a little bit. This is the East Wing Sure Split. This works really good. I was using this while she had my good axe there, and that Husky, get you one. They don't represent me, but I'm saying if you want to have an easier experience splitting, that's the one right there. This Sure Split works great when you have like weird ones that have knots and trash in them. And this is my Fiskars. I use this to make kindling, and I always use this to make kindling. This thing is awesome. It has the perfect width for, it's all about having some kind of swooped angle to an axe does not help you split. It's all about this long, once you get past this point to here. That's what does it, is right here in this spot. And my other one, it helps quite a bit. This one here had a couple of issues in it, but I think it's all right. So I couldn't tell if that was, because sometimes you end up with weird cracks and such. And this one has like some sort of, it's not really a crack. It just has, from its forge, I'm not sure if that was a crack or not, but this one works really good. But I think it's got a slight crack in it right there. And I don't know how on earth that would have happened, but it hasn't broken the rest of the way if that is a crack. And that split does not go all the way through. Who makes this one, you want to know? This is your Trailblazer, your Trail Boss, and it's cold steel, the cold steel Trail Boss. And I only use this just for kindling, breaking up something I've already broke up, pretty much. And it's got a split. Yeah. How much did you give for that, you might add? I don't, some of these I don't recommend. It's, like I said, the Husky and the Fiskars is probably your best bet. But while I'm off the subject of that, I have to share that because I was going to do this by sharing with you guys knife balances and stuff, but I'm not doing that today. But I wanted to share that because I know winter's coming and a lot of you folks are splitting wood up for your fireplaces and stuff, or campfires and stuff. If you're going to use a tool, use a proper one. Don't try and make stuff for, it doesn't work out that way. Not everyone can MacGyver this stuff. You know, it all sounds cool when you tell someone that they can do a lot of stuff, but in reality, it doesn't really work. Just like some of the other stuff, right? Build back better, right? Joe Biden's slogan. I like to buffer this so it gets to this point and then I can start trash talking all this stuff, because it helps with the algorithm portion of the little bots that try to track me down. What I'm trying to say, if I kind of start you off with, let's talk about chopping wood first, then see what I do there. All right, so the slogan for the Joe Biden, or the Biden Harris, build back better. Did you know where that came from? It's like global. It's global. It's a globalist elite came up with that years ago, actually. And you guys might remember Agenda 2019. You might remember Agenda 2020, Agenda 2021, and a lot of folks keep up with stuff like this. They done moved past all that. We're shooting past that now, thanks to, you never let a good pandemic go to waste. Now we're on to Agenda 2030. And Agenda 2030 is going to be bigger and better than it ever was before. And all the other little agendas where we just kind of had these little windows of time where we could, where these globalists could fumigulate things and get things where they want it. Never let a good pandemic go to waste. And I know I always forget something when I'm doing these little rants, where, like, if you notice, they're starting to ramp up into the pandemic this and pandemic that, and everyone needs to wear a mask and all this stuff. Here's the thing. What's the death rate of this thing? It's 98 point something. Chances you're probably gonna, I love that joke. There's I would tell you a COVID-19 joke, but there's a 98 point whatever % chance you won't get it. Oh, wow. That's hilarious. But here's the thing. So, with the pandemic situation here, there's a chance that, you probably won't get it. There's also the chance that you won't die from it, right? And major chance you won't die from it. Now, there's a vaccine that there's already the major chance you won't get it. There's also the major chance that you won't get it when you take the vaccine, and it's a 95% chance you won't catch it if you have the vaccine. Now, here's who's the fool here, because everyone's playing the fool right now, because that Fauci character, right? He says even after everyone has taken the vaccine, they're still going to be required to wear masks and social distance and shut everything down. And he's ordering takeout every single day. Okay. That doesn't sound right to me. So it seems like, well, if you're vaccinating everybody and all this other stuff, and there's these major % chances that nobody's going to get it and no one's even going to die from it anyways, then what's the point of now we're doing vaccines and we're still going to wear a mask and we're still going to social distance and all this. It doesn't, look, none of this even seems right. Like I said, don't let a good pandemic go to waste. Kill the little guy, kill the little small businesses, kill all this stuff, test the system, and you guys might be aware of Build Back Bigger or Build Back Better. It sounds so stupid, by the way. It sounds like some Mr. Potato Head came up with that or something, right? Freaking Mr. Potato Head. Never go full potato, right? But anyway, someone who went full potato came up with Build Back Better, and Build Back Better. I'm sorry. I had to do it. It's really annoying. All right, so that is played into Agenda 2030, and my kids were calling me. The Build Back Better was also played into someone says it's the Great Reset. Get it right. You know, I hate it when someone's like, I get nitpicky people all the time. It's like, well, you just say it right, blah, blah. It's the Great Reset. So what? It doesn't matter how you say it. It's still the same thing. You say it different ways. But anyways, the Big Reset or the Great Reset or whatever. It doesn't matter how you want to say it. It's the same exact thing, and it's still falling down the same rabbit hole of craziness. Whereas they want to see how many people they don't need anymore, how many employees they don't need anymore, how to reset this whole system, and also falling into the pandemic. Don't let this thing go to waste, because it also falls into the ammunition shortages, the excuses for minerals and mines. The mines are closed. They closed all the mines because of the COVID-19 thing, and they can't get precious resources to build. But it's deeper than that. And factories closing and companies shutting down, and no one has a job anymore. And they want everyone to grovel on their hands and knees and crawl to the government and do the government's rescue for every little thing, and have everyone just rush to them to get all the help that they can, from the government. They want you to depend on and rely on the government, and that's what a lot of this Agenda 2030. They don't want to let any of this stuff go to waste. It goes with tampering with the election. They could not let Trump win, and that falls into another category, because he would have been the only person that would have probably stood up to anyone that was pushing this crap. And the machines are all, could all could all be tampered with. And it goes back to what is it? The situation with the lockdowns in California, and everyone being forced to do the mail-in ballots. They're forced to do it, and now it just so happens how convenient everything is that everything's swinging the way that it is. I'm just saying that if anyone's going to fight back in this fight, they're going to have to get coordinated. People are going to have to get coordinated. They're going to have to build a fast, rapid group, someone that can stand up and fight back. We've reached a point now where it's, a lot of folks have known this is coming, but we're just kind of shocked that it would be so straightforward like this. You know what I mean? I am shocked. And I always say I am shocked that it's actually this straightforward. And there's a lot of retaliations that you've got to prepare yourselves for. A lot of you folks out there need to prepare yourselves for a lot of things. And this goes back to the trucker strike that I've been hearing about. Now, I've talked to a few other truckers that say, well, I haven't heard anything about this. And then there's a few folks that are spreading the word that there is going to be a trucker strike on the, I believe it's the 29th. And the 29th, there's going to be a strike, and it's supposed to be for like one day. But who knows what's going to come of that. And they wanted to, and this goes back to who do you stand with, and who do you side with, and who do you give up on? And are you just going to lay down and see what happens? Because I guarantee you 4 years of this isn't going to be good. Could you imagine 4 years of this? 4 years of this craziness. It's not going to be good. They'll be able to tell everyone that they have to do all this stuff. You know what I mean? And then that's something that's all been incorporated. These different slogans and these different mottos that were incorporated before and throughout history. If you look back at Germany and all these other places where they've come up with these slogans and to force people into slavery and assuming that, you know, folks like New York Times or somebody like that can call an election, or Fox News can call an election. None of this stuff makes any sense to me. And I just, I'm not surprised. I didn't see it just being that straight in your face that there would be this much fraud, and it's just crazy. It's mind-boggling that it's just that blatantly out there, and to know that they can flip the switch, and that there's teams and groups out there that have a remote access to these types of things where they can change a vote that quickly. Like, well, we don't want that to happen anymore. Let's just go on and change it. They can do that now. It's crazy that can actually be done, and they can take advantage of the situation at hand and push for all these things to happen. Well, let's quarantine everybody and let's send them mail-in ballots. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. And then dead folks voting and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm a little bent on the whole cheating and fraud. And if that is the case, that goes back to so many other things. If that is the case, then you're looking at no honor, no integrity, and that's not what this country stands for. It stands for sellout. It sounds like, I mean, what are we doing? We're going to sell out to China, and we have groups, we have military groups right now for representing the United States that are training for events to take place where we're supposedly going to be fighting Russia and so much more, and it's going to be some kind of crazy. It was supposed to be a Cold War, but during this pandemic situation, it's probably going to be reality, and you can almost prepare for something like that. And but I know the globalists need us to dub ourselves down, dub down that currency even more, crush this country down even more, make it less valuable, because there's no other country that's greater than the United States. We are the free world. And once they dub us down and water us down like some cheap Kool-Aid, then the rest of them will be able to have their way. And that's pretty much what they want. And that's to, you know, the dishonorable people that sit up there and sip Kool-Aid and talk about how much ice cream they have in their fridge, like Nancy Pelosi and the rest of them, you know. And you got freaking people people that work in these big name, like that Cortez chick that's supposed to be a freaking bartender, but she discovers a garbage disposal for the first time ever, which was the most epic video on the planet, where she actually discovered she had no idea what a garbage disposal was. They're going to push the Green Deal. I'm telling you, they're going to push all this crap, all this garbage. They're going to push it all onto us if we don't act fast. But there needs to be some kind of, me and the wife were talking about, we were talking about, she's like, you know, because I told her, I said, well, we need to meet more people. I said, we need to get people together here. So we need some sort of, we can't just sit back and just let this stuff happen, because it's only a matter of time. There's so many patriots. You can't lead me to believe. You cannot bloat the freaking media system and make it seem like the reality is everyone out there hates America and everyone's this and everyone's that. You cannot force feed that garbage to me. I do not believe it. I do not believe for a second that there's not as many patriots as I think there is. People don't want this. They don't want this. There's too many patriots out there that would probably stand side by side with me and fight back. And they would not take this. And I fully believe that. And I don't believe what nonsense they're pushing. And I don't think that this country's going to allow that to happen. This socialist, this oh man, freaking, it's just disgusting. It is extremely disgusting. Anyways, that's all I got. Agenda 2030. If you don't believe me, look it up. It's real, and this is the perfect opportunity for them. And they're all like, "Woo, let's do it." So just be aware of that, and you guys need to prepare yourselves. And for those of you, don't buy all the toilet paper in the store because you heard the truckers are going on strike. There's no toilet paper. I can't wipe my bum. All right. God bless you guys. Take care.